We Minnesota Vikings fans, we're Vikings fans. We love revisionist history. Isn't that the trend nowadays? Doesn't matter. But we as Vikings fans, like, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Like, what if the Vikings had actually, beaten the Chiefs in the Super Bowl? What if the Vikings didn't get food poisoning ahead of the Super Bowl against the Steelers? What if Drew Pearson didn't push off? What if Gary Anderson didn't miss? What if Darren Nelson caught it? What if Blair Walsh didn't have the shank at the bank? What if the Vikings actually remember beep, bop, 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 boop to show up in the NFC title game, 38-7, all that stuff. All right, so I don't know. What if Met Stadium wasn't built on an ancient burial ground? Same thing with the Metrodome. Same thing with US Bank Stadium. Same thing with TCF, by the way. It ain't like the Gophers win anything, but I digress. But it does go back to, Jim Harbaugh, Michigan, winning the national title under suspicious circumstances. I don't know. I forgot who put it out there, but the Michigan Wolverines, with their whole spying scandal, winning a national title in Houston, a city where the Astros were habitual line steppers. It's too much. The scriptwriters were certainly on one. But Harbaugh winning a national title, and of course it comes back to, hey, should the Vikings have hired Jim Harbaugh 2 years ago? Because you almost forget that. Where after they fired Zimmer, fired Spielman, brought in Kwesi, Harbaugh was considered. Where Harbaugh flew in thinking it was a coronation, but really the team wanted an interview, right? And of course, Kwesi and Harbaugh go way back like chiroprac with the Niners. Kwesi was in the R&D department, etc. But eventually, you were thinking, okay, who's got it better than us? Nobody. But reports were it was blocked by someone in ownership. It was blocked by executives. Either way, it didn't go down, and the Vikings did end up with Kevin O'Connell. Now, again, not complaining about Kevin O'Connell. He's had his pros. He's had his cons, just like anyone learning the trade of both play calling and being a head coach. He's got a 20-14 record. He's won the division once. He won 13 games last year. It's kind of a miracle that they won 7 games, given all the injuries and circumstances this year. Fully understand that. I think Kevin O'Connell is going to be a good head coach in this league, but of course, we Vikings fans, we have to go, woulda, coulda, shoulda. What would have been, right? And Harbaugh, it's not like Harbaugh's a neophyte. Like, Harbaugh's won everywhere he's gone, whether it's San Diego, whether it's Stanford, whether it's San Francisco, now at Michigan, bringing home a national title. Plus, I mean, you can't poo-poo Harbaugh's record with the Niners. So they were his first 3 seasons, they were either in the Super Bowl or the NFC title game. It's pretty damn good. 13-3, 11-4-1, and 12-4. Can't sneeze at that. But with Harbaugh openly flirting with getting back into the league, and several teams have already connected the dots with him, whether it be the Commies, whether it be the Panthers, whether it be the Raiders, whether it be the Chargers. So he's going to have his choice. He's going to have his choice, man. So it goes back to, I don't know, like, would it have been fun to have Harbaugh in purple? And of course, he does have a reputation of wearing players out, and in the National Football League, I mean, they're grown-ass men with grown-ass paychecks. In college, players cycle through every 3-4 years. So I think that his style is actually more conducive to college. But, I mean, he's won wherever he's gone. He's gotten the most out of his talent. And could the Vikings have made a run under Harbaugh these last couple of years? Maybe. If Harbaugh was in charge last year, would the Vikings have gone further than a wild card one and done? Maybe. But again, I respect what O'Connell and Kwesi are building here. I think that it's a much different departure than the culture that Jim Harbaugh would have built. Plus, you always go against type. So, Zimmer to Harbaugh, I think it would have been too similar stylistically wise. So, swinging over to Kevin O'Connell, the Ted Lasso of coaches, does sort of make sense. But, there's been some ups. There's certainly been some downs. But I think overall, I think Kevin O'Connell is going to be that guy. And I know people will be a little bit like, but it's topical. I mean, the guy that was in the mix for your head coaching gig 2 years ago, all of a sudden wins a national championship and is getting back into the NFL and could be the highest paid head coach in the league and could have immediate success wherever he goes. It's got to factor in. It's got to factor in, man. But your thoughts are thoughts. Should the Vikings have hired Harbaugh 2 years ago? Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.